Hello YouTube and welcome back everyone to the StarBlox, keeping you posted with the best Roblox tips and updates every week like always. In today's video, we'll be talking about the top 10 best Roblox Arsenal moments of all time from what we've seen from players in the community along with all the details too. It's gonna be pretty wild, so make sure you all drop a like and subscribe to the channel before we get started, and without any more interruptions, let's just go ahead and dive straight into it. Arsenal is a first-person shooter game, or FPS, inspired by another huge non-Roblox game known as Team Fortress 2. It's not entirely inspired by TF2, but it definitely has some notable elements in it. It even has a few, such as Counter-Strike and Roblox Brick Battle games, which are divided into separate game modes. This game had various amounts of maps, characters, emotes, and game modes, honestly making it stick out immensely relative to other FPS games you can find on Roblox. The gameplay is pretty unique in itself as well, since you don't have traditional classes you carry around with you everywhere. Instead, every time you get a kill with your weapon, it immediately changes to a different one, really making things interesting. With such an enticing premise to an FPS game on Roblox, there are obviously some insane moments that have gone down, so let's check them out. Starting off at number 10, in one game that was played a few years ago, a player was practicing his movement abilities on a map that he'd never played before and was just getting used to it. The other player in the lobby definitely could see what was going on and tried to take advantage of it. They started taking shots at him and their aim was also nothing to gawk at. After a couple of minutes evading shots, the player is able to quickly reach the other one's blind spot and kill him almost instantly via headshot. A really awesome moment for sure. Moving on to number 9, this next player probably had a near heart attack with how intense this game ended up being. It was a fairly high-level lobby, and the scoreboard was almost tied with the game getting close to ending. It was near the last 10 seconds where the player turned things around and got his accuracy up out of nowhere to land all of their shots. Pretty insane. Up next for number 8, this Arsenal player was dealing with a blatant cheater in his lobby, which always makes for some great content. They were apparently glitching through walls and could see other players behind corners, so he wasn't even trying to hide it. Well, this particular player turned out to be so good that he anticipated where exactly the hacker would be next based on his own location, since he knows there's no safe spot. With that in mind, he gained some high ground and lines his shot up to get a nice headshot on him. Of course, that is followed by a nice report on his account and a simple exit lobby as well, because even if you're crushing them, it's no fun playing with cheaters. For number 7, this player was out trying new weapon skins he had just bought from the store and wanted to show them off. While simply glancing at his beautiful weapons, someone tried to sneak up behind him, but he heard the footsteps and turned to knife him almost immediately. Sounds like Ultra Instinct or something if you ask me. Moving on to number 6, this Arsenal player has some real guts to be able to pull this off. We all know that trick shots plague the world of online multiplayer in the Call of Duty series, and it's now made its way into Roblox as well. This player was sniping and had his sensitivity set to high, attempting to trick shot anyone near his vicinity. As he spun towards the ground to land, missing every shot, the player beneath him got knifed so fast as he wasn't expecting him to pull out anything else, making for a really wild moment. For number 5 on this list, another player had experienced a bunch of glitches in a particular lobby he had joined that changed the outcome of the game. As their team was initially winning, things started going wild in the last few minutes that changed the outcome entirely. The winning team could not hit their shots because all of the clipping that was going on, and this caused them to lose the match. Pretty sad. Moving on to number 4, we have the time this Arsenal player tried to go through the entire game only by knifing. It was pretty insane and brutal to watch, but you can't help but be amazed at how precise this player's movements were. They were moving so elegantly, and even though they were getting killed pretty often, it didn't stop them from going through with their plan. Now that's dedication. Up next for number 3, this player had all odds against him in the game he was in, however, managed to change the direction the match was headed by popping off with his weapons. He was stacking kills like crazy and flawlessly adjusted to the next gun that was in queue as he continued getting kills, which is really impressive to see. We can only imagine how nasty of a player he is in other FPS games. For number 2, we have the time where one Arsenal player gave it his all in a local tournament he was playing in. The player was trying to line up his shot for a collateral when he gained the sniper, but couldn't stop getting killed from behind because he was too focused. Well, he managed to learn the spawn pattern since he got killed in the same spot and simply turned around and got a double kill just like that, straight through their heads. Pretty insane. And finally, for the number 1 moment we have to share, it's going to be the time where this particular Arsenal player attempted to show off his moves to the rest of the squad. He was not the best himself, but luckily, his team was filled with skilled players due to random matchmaking. As the player showing off got killed almost instantly, the rest of his team came together to absolutely stomp the enemies, really showing them who owns the game. It was wild to see, and also wholesome to see the team stand up for their poor-performing friend. But go ahead and let us know what your favorite moment from Roblox Arsenal is down in the comments below. below. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you all enjoyed what you saw, then be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel too for more awesome content like this. This is the StarBlox signing off, and we'll catch you all in the next one.